Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna continue working on part 9 of this house build. Let's get started. So in the previous video, we were able to add in the floor and also we added some of the curtain wall. Now we're gonna continue working on this. We're gonna focus on the addition of the roof. So let's go back to level 2. And from level 2, here I'm still seeing my underlay, so I'm going to hide that for now. So none. And then here, you need to choose level 2 so that you can change it up later on. So here, go to level 2 and then click on roof. And I'm going to edit type, duplicate. This will be roof number 1. Press OK, edit, and the thickness, let's change it up to 200. And then for the materials, let's change it to asphalt. And then asphalt single shingles. So press OK, OK, and then OK. Now what we could do is we could pick line. We're gonna choose all the interior again, side, but make sure to uncheck the define roof. So I'm gonna delete this, and then here click pick line again, and then uncheck define slope. And then delete this. We mistakenly select that, and then let's go around here. And then you want to make sure to change this to base level 3, and then make sure to trim and extend all the corners and to connect them all together. So now that we're finished, click on the check mark and let's go to 3D. And here you go, we have our roof. Now we're going to select the exterior wall. Here I'm just hovering with my cursor and then clicking on the tab. It will highlight all the walls along this. So here I'm gonna select that by clicking on tab and then clicking on that, and then now I'm going to have a top offset of 600, or we could do it as 400. I think that's too much, so at least we have this one. After that, let's go back to level 2, and I want to add my railing. So I'm gonna click here, railing, and let's change this to a rectangular railing, and I'm going to add it here. And then click finish, and then let's add another one onto this side. And then click finish. Let's look at it at 3D, and I liked how it looks. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in the mullion, and then we're gonna load in the door. So here we need to add curtain grid first. So under architecture, beside the mullion, click on curtain grid, and then here what we need to do is we need to add in at least around 600 from the top, and then now let's go and add it in the middle and like that. And why not add another in the middle right here in the bottom, so around 600, so that it's looking like that. I like how it looks, so I'm gonna copy it this. So click curtain grid, 600 from the top, 600 from the bottom, and then we could just select that again, 600, and then here select 600, and then just to have a better look, around 200 on the edge, so it's looking like that. So now in terms of here, we need to have 600 at the top, and then let's add in the door. The door, I want it to be around 800, and then now we could just divide this one in the middle, because I'm planning to add the door right here. At the same time, we're going to add 600 again here. I want the door to be around here, so around 800. So we could fix that. Press escape and then select that grid again, and then 800, and then select here, and then just divide it in the middle. And then around here we're going to fix this one, same look as here, but actually I'm planning to just change it a bit with this kind of look. So click on here, 600 at the top, 600 on the bottom, select that, change it, and then select here as well and change it. And then after that, let's add in the middle, and then around 300 at the side. So it's looking like that. So let's spice up what we usually do. And then here as well, we're going to click right here, and then 600 again at the top. I'm just adding it right now, and then I'm gonna fix it all together. Okay, and then now I'm gonna add in on the side probably around 200 again. And then let's fix that, 200, and then 200 right here. So I'm happy with that. And then here, I just want it to be divided, because that's too big for that. So now, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna click on mullion. I'm gonna choose 50 by 65. I think that's the best one. And then click on all grid. And then select here. I'm gonna select here as well. Select all the curtain grid. Don't forget the one below here, and then right there. And then before we add the door, the curtain wall door, we need to delete this one at the bottom, and then right about here as well we have a mullion on the bottom, so we could delete that definitely. And then now we need to go to insert, load family, and then go to doors, and then here we have M door curtain wall single glass. So we're gonna load that by clicking open. And then now what you need to do is you need to select the panel, but at the moment if we go to our mouse pointer, it's selecting everything. The trick is to click on tab and then it's circle around. It will go and choose the panel. Once it chose just the panel, you need to select that panel, and once you select that, the property will appear here, and you could just now change it to the door that we want. Then again, you will need to click on tab multiple times until it highlights only the panel. Select that panel by clicking on that, and then go to the drop down menu under properties and then select the door. In order to change the orientation, you will need to go to level 2, and then here you will need to select the door again and then flip it around like so. Here we need to flip and then flip it like that. So now I'm just looking, just checking, and then let's go to level 1 again, and here I want to tag all the room names, so we need to go to architecture, click on room, and we need to keep on placing this one. So here what we need to do, because once we select here, it is basically selecting everything. What we need to do is press escape and then click on room separator. Now you will need to place this line onto a wall system so that it will separate them in order for us to put in the room tag. So here I'm just gonna pull it like that, and we could just put this one as its powder room. I wanted to hide this part only, but I don't know if there's a good way of showing this. What we could do is we could go to view, plan view, and then plan region. We can add a plan region right here and then click finish, and we need to edit the view range. So here level 1 to level 1, probably wanna cut it by 1000, and I don't want any offset. So here we need to play around so that it's only showing the door and everything without this one. So I'm probably gonna take a look on that, the view range, because that's something that we need to figure out so that we can properly show this only. Okay, so now I'll probably gonna figure out that out later on, but now let's go and click on room, And then now, as you can see, we'll be able to select that in order to add a room tag. Here we have our dining area, our stairs, and then our kitchen. And in order for us to make this one smaller, we could change this one for now to 1:5, 1:50. And then now, as you can see, it's visible right here. So that everything is showing up. And then here we could add in for the stairs. So now we have a garage here. So type in garage. Make sure it's capital. And then here we have foyer. We have our living. We have our dining. We have our powder room right here. So PR, and then we have stairs. And then kitchen. And then let's not forget the backyard. So let's just add this tag right here, backyard. Let's now go to level 2 and then tag all the rooms again. So here's the master. Here's his walk-in closet. We have the ensuite here. We have the corridor, another washroom, laundry, and then the 2 bedrooms. And then now let's change this one to 1:50. And then let's go to masters first. And then walk-in closet. And then here, ensuite. Washroom or bathroom. Corridor. This is the laundry. We can put this one as bedroom 1. And bedroom 2. And then now we could just move this one so that everything is visible. And also, why not, we could just add here balcony. So I think we need to have a room separator here. And then let's put in a rectangle. Let's just pull this one back a little bit. And then let's add in then we could put balcony 1 and then copy paste that. Oops. And then balcony as well. And then I'm just gonna double check level 1 again to see if we did everything. And I'm happy with this. So we're gonna stop here for now and continue on the next video. Thank you for watching and I hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.